Prince Harry dropped by The Late Show. You thought we were done talking about it? No, no, no. He stopped by Stephen Colbert to talk more about his book, Spare, also to clarify comments he made. By the way, check this out. Whoa. He also talked about killing 25 Taliban members in Afghanistan. Let's take a look.
I made a choice to share it because having spent nearly 2 decades working with veterans all around the world, I think the most important thing is to be honest and be able to give space to others to be able to share their experiences without any shame. And my whole goal and my attempt with sharing that detail is to reduce the number of suicides.
So the Prince also drank tequila with Stephen as he told the story about getting frostbite on his royal member while in the North Pole.
That will require tequila. I mean, that's terrifying. And I think I speak for all men who are saying that's your worst case. I couldn't believe that that's something, if this is a tell-all, he's telling all. So
yeah.
Respect on that.
No, he does. I know the book just came out and most of us hadn't had a chance to read it. I did start it. I'm on chapter 11. It's a very, the chapters are very short because he does it in a style that's like almost like short essay form. He focuses in on a subject and kind of runs through it. But I'll say this, like I wasn't sure what to expect. We got so many different things coming out of it from people who either read it or took like excerpts from it. It's so well done in terms of the heart that is poured into it. This is my 4th biography that I've read in the past 3 months, and it's very different for me because my last ones were like Mariah Carey, Garcelle, Gabrielle Union, where I had more context to it. This is something I knew nothing about, and he brings you in. It's very raw. I believe in testimony teaching. He's giving a real gift. So for anybody who's really interested in understanding it from his perspective, and he brings you in as the little boy that was following behind the casket, I would strongly suggest you give this a read because it is absolutely captivating and it's very heartfelt.
Wow. Are you interested, Steph?
You know what? I was given one today, so I'll read it.
That wasn't a yes.
I was given one today, so I'll read it.
All right. Well,
that's honest.
We'll see what, I mean, I did watch him on the show, and he, you know, he's charismatic, but he grew up with the cameras around him, right? He's playing the audience a little bit. I like that he was just having his tequila.
But I think that's nice. I think people want to see that side of him. I do think that's very needed to like make him even more relatable. You know, he's just a normal lad. I think that's when he was, you know, growing up and he was going out and he was really part of the paparazzi, him being portrayed as, you know, Harry the lad. You know, that's what made people fall in love with him in the first place. So I do think that's not a bad thing.
And quickly, do you think because he's kind of doing this press tour by himself and as well as Stephen Colbert, Meghan's not there as a distraction? Because some people might just see him and Meghan and automatically they jump to a conclusion. If they're separated and they kind of each give their own story, I feel like people are more willing to listen. Do you see where I'm coming from on that?
I don't know if it's by design or not. I know that with the Netflix documentary, the documentarian Liz Garber does an amazing job of making, like, deconstructing the story. And in the book, he does a really amazing job of deconstructing the story and laying a foundation with such high emotional intelligence. That's the thing that stuck out more than anything else, is how emotionally intelligent he is. You don't need to be a scholar to understand how, like, his experience. Right. It's just very much, it is what it is. And he's intelligent. It's just, it's pretty incredible. Yeah. Like, honestly, if you're thinking about it, I would just suggest you go ahead and read it.
It's also on sale at Target right now. Mm-hmm. On sale.
Boom. There we go.
I love it.
So, high emotional intelligence. I'm just telling you. That's all I got to say about it.
All right. We did a pretty good job of selling it. Hey, one more time. All right, here we go.
You cover up the title with your fingers.
I think everyone knows what it's called.
There we go. Buy my book. Oh, I'm sorry. Buy my book.
There you go.
There you go.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. Jolly out. All right. So I ruined it. Hey, is it Dunkin' Donuts? Did they drop the donuts? It's just Dunkin'? It's just Dunkin' now?
Wow, Domino's did that as well. They're just Domino's. They're not Domino's Pizza anymore. It's a way to say we sell more stuff. You ever notice you don't see Domino's Pizza anymore?
You know when that's like when something's really, really high end, like Beyonce, just Beyonce. Rihanna's just Rihanna. When they've got one name.
Yeah.
I kind of got mad like when in an International House of Pancakes, they're just like, we're IHOP now. It's like a friend you haven't seen in a while, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It got a little too cool for me.
Don't run from who you are, IHOP.
Yeah.
Vin Tantan?
He'll always be Vitantan to me. All right, some Dunkin' customers got a surprise of a lifetime at the drive-thru window, so check this out. Ben Affleck appeared to be taking orders and serving customers at the Dunkin' in his hometown of Cambridge, Massachusetts. It appears he was filming a commercial. His wife, Jennifer Lopez, was also along for the shoot. They were also filmed in the back of Dunkin', should I say, saying goodbye and thanking the workers. As we know, Ben is a big fan of Dunkin' Donuts. Did you ever see Casey Affleck on, I think it's Saturday Night Live, when he's at the Dunkin' Donuts?
No.
Having a cigarette? I don't know. Look it up. Dunkin' Donuts, Casey Affleck. It's funny. But anyways, what do we think of Ben and J-Lo? Perhaps a Super Bowl commercial? It's not official?
That's what people are saying.
Ooh,
So excited.
I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I lived in, obviously, New England for a long time, so Dunkin' has a big place in my life. I kind of sold out and went to Starbucks when I moved away. But Dunkin', like, that would have been a big deal for me.
Dude.
Okay, you said New England. Am I the only one that thought that Dunkin' or Dunkin' Donuts
We could
back
say
in
Dunkin'
our
Donuts.
day
We're Dunkin' Donuts people.
was like our local thing?
Really?
I thought forever it was like a Chicago thing
No,
because we
that's
didn't
New
get a
England.
Dunkin' in Denver until I moved here, probably 8 years ago or something. That one came up.
Yeah, it's a Midwest, like East Coast thing, and now
Okay.
it's trying to make its way a little bit towards the West Coast.
I thought forever it was a Chicago thing.
Listen, I'm a loyal Dunkin' goer.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I see a Dunkin' Donuts, I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta stop at Dunkin'. There's only a handful out here, but
Now, if you want to
Starbucks.
get real with it, now there's also Tim Hortons. Now that's way
Canadian.
up north. That's Canadian, but you can find it in a little bit like really New England-y places. But yeah, there's Tim Hortons.
What's the blue one? It looks like a house here. It's got blue on the top, and it's a drive-through.
Dutch Bros.
What is it?
Dutch Bros.
Oh,
Dutch
that's
Bros.
good.
Yes, those are big.
Is that
in
is that
Arizona.
a Denver thing?
No, they're big in Arizona and places like that. They're in college towns. They're huge in college towns. That's why there's one, I think, in Fort Collins, I think.
And everyone's so friendly there. It's like a
It's like
McAllister's.
like a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
but,
like a Chick-fil-A type
if they
deal.
had coffee, yes. I know my coffee. I don't drink, so I
That
know.
story didn't go where you thought it was going to. Huh? We actually started judging coffee there for a little bit. All right, loyal Dunkin' fan right here.